there, my name is Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, June the 5th. A few weeks ago, I was at one of my suppliers' warehouses and found these beautiful matte colored beads that have spots on them, like little white dots. They kind of have the look of like a sea glass, but they're lamp work as well, so they're really, really, really pretty. So that really got me to thinking about some great projects that we could do with these fun new beads. So I'm going to show you the first of those projects today. And while I was actually creating this first project, I came up with a new ear wire. So I wanted to show you that as well. So to make the ear wires, you're going to need 2 pieces of 20 gauge wire that are 3 inches long a piece. Now this can be sterling silver, or it can be the, I'm going to be using the artistic wire, which is the non-tarnish wire. So that is what I will be using. You're also going to need a tool called a bell making plier, and it basically looks like this. I'm sure you can use other objects. This is just a tool that I have in my tool bag, and I just really, really like this tool. The only other thing you're going to need for the ear wires is optional, and that's a hammer and an anvil. For the single earrings, which I'm going to show you, you're going to need 2 head pins, 1 pair of ear hooks, 4 8mm daisy spacers, 4 4mm rounds. Now my rounds that I'm going to be using are just little silver round balls, and you're going to need 2 10 by 14 Roundel beads. And then I'm going to show you another fun pair that has a triangle at the bottom, and again it has that cool sea glass look. So to make these, you'll need 2 eye pins, 2 6mm aluminum jump rings, and I'll talk more about those when we get to that point. You're going to need 4 4mm bicones, 2 14mm flat coin beads, 1 pair of ear hooks, and 2 13 by 18 triangles, and I'll be showing you all these materials as we go through. But of course you'll also need your normal pliers, which is going to be like your round nose, your flat nose, and your cutters. So let me get my table set up and we'll get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use how to make your ear wires. So I've got my 2 pieces of wire that are 3 inches long a piece. Now I'm going to be using my bell making pliers, and I'm going to be using this top plier first. I'm going to put the wire in here, and I want it to where when I put my finger down in there, I can barely feel the wire overlapping here. And like I said, I'm going to be using the smaller loop first. So I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to bring it around to where it is like this. So if I was to pull it out, you would have this look so far. Now I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to close the wire, or close the pliers down, and then I'm going to bend this wire down so that those 2 wires cross. So you've got something that looks like this so far. Then I'm going to put that loop onto my small top of the pliers again, and I'm actually going to press it right where those 2 wires meet here. And then I'm going to take this other wire and I'm going to wrap it around the plier. And again, I'm wrapping it around, and then I'm going to take this piece out of the pliers, put it back in, and then finish wrapping this wire completely around so that it looks like this. Okay, so you'll have this funky snowman figure 8 look right this second. So I'm going to use my cutters, and the first thing that I'm going to do is, okay, focus, there we go. Alright, this small circle here, I'm going to trim the wire exactly where it meets the other wire. Okay, so that it looks like this now. And then this wire up here, I'm going to take and I'm going to trim it. Now I want to leave a good bit of that top loop. So as you can see, it looks something like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and make the second one of these before I do anything else. I'm going to go ahead and grab the wire, wrap it around this small bottom, and then continue to wrap it so that it overlaps there. Now I'm going to open the pliers back up and grab right at where that bend where they meet, and then I'm going to wrap the wire around the bottom, and then put the pliers back in to continue to wrap that, so that now I have the same little snowman look. And again, just like I did here at the beginning, I'm going to go ahead and trim the one wire exactly where it will pretty much meet there. And then before I cut this wire, I'm going to go ahead and take it and lay it down on the first one so that I can trim both pieces and have the exact same thing basically. Now, this is where your round nose pliers are going to come into play, and you'll want to use a pair of round nose pliers that have a smaller tip to them, because if you don't, you're going to have a very large hole that we're going to make, or loop. Now with mine, I'm using the Wubbers. I also have the Lindstrom pliers that have the little tiny small head to them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little small piece here, this smaller loop, and I'm going to grab a hold on the very end of this loop, and I'm going to bend this wire back towards itself so that when I do that, it's going to look like I totally screwed it up. It's going to look like this right here. But I'm going to put my round nose pliers all the way back in there, and then I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to pull it back together to where the two pieces meet, so that it looks something like this. Now, if this is kind of cattywampus, yes, a new word, cattywampus, then no worries, because we're going to set it right there, and I'm going to show you what you can do next. I'm going to go ahead and do the second one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a hold of the very little end piece on the small end. I'm going to bend that wire back to make that little loop, and then I'm going to stick those round nose pliers back in there and then pull the wire back together so that it looks like this. And at this point, you should have two pieces that are identical. If not, it does take a little practice, so if you don't get it on the very first try, do not worry about it. Now, you're going to need your hammer and your anvil. You have two choices here. You can either take your pair, if you don't want to hammer it, you can take your flat nose pliers and grab a hold and just straighten all of this up. Okay, so that way it's nice and straight for you and you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you want to hammer them like I do, basically you're just going to lay it down and you're going to take and you're going to whack it with your hammer a couple of times to make it hold its shape really good. And I'm not going to do that on camera because it's so loud, but I'm going to hammer both of these, and I'll be right back. Before I go any further, I want to show you, I've hammered this one and I have not hammered this one, so you can see the difference. The good thing about hammering is that your piece won't lose its shape too much, whereas this one, if somebody jerks on it really hard, it might lose its shape. But if, as you hammer, if it kind of, you know, widens out or starts to lose its shape, you can fix it just like I showed you how to a second ago. So I'm going to go ahead and hammer this one and be done with this set of ear hooks. So as you can see, I have a tray full of fun here. To make this first pair of earrings that I wanted to show you, I'm going to take a head pin and I'm going to thread on a 4mm round, an 8mm daisy spacer. Some people also call these like a snowflake spacer because they look like a little snowflake. Then this is a larger size Roundel. Okay, this is the cool matte colored glass that I found with these fun white dots on them. So I'm going to put that on. Then another daisy spacer and a 4mm round. If I can find that little hole. So that when it drops, it looks just like this. Now, all you'll have to do is make your loop. So again, You can go back to some of my other videos to see loops the way I, can make them. But I'm just going to take and grab a hold with the smallest part of the plier right above that bead. I'm going to bend that wire straight out to a 90-degree angle. Then I want a small loop, so I'm just going to bring that wire in. And then use these flat nose pliers to do the wrap. And remember, we're only going to wrap it until we meet the bead. Okay, now once you do that, you can go ahead and trim that wire, and then all you have to do is take your new ear wire that you just made, thread your bead on there, and you have it. Now, you can either leave it open like this because your bead's not going to come off that end. So you can leave it open like this and have it to where you can interchange these pieces, or you can press that together so that it will be more of a permanent style earring. So here is a really pretty black one, black and white, that I did. This is one of my favorite colors. This is the teal or the aqua colored in it, and again you can see the ear hooks that I've made. And then I've also done these in this really pretty sapphire color, which is this color here, with those rondelles. So those are really easy and fun to make. Now the other ones I want to show you actually will be using these smaller, or these 14mm flat ones. These are called flat coins, and to make this earring I'm going to be using an eye pin. Now on that eye pin, let's see, I think I'm going to make a black pair. So on these, I'm going to take, actually no, I think I'm going to do a yellow pair. I've not done a yellow pair yet. Okay, so I'm going to thread on a 4mm bicone, my flat coin bead, and a 4mm bicone. And you want to let those drop down. Now the loop that you make, you want it to be opposite the loop that's down here on your eye pin. So, and I'll make my loop so I can show you what that means here. And if you screw up the loop and you make the loop the wrong way, don't fret, because I'll show you how to fix it. Alright, so you can see now, let me get it up here so it'll, okay, you can see that you can see the loop here and you can't see the loop down here, and that's exactly what you want, okay? You want this loop to be the way it is so that it will connect to our component that we're fixing to do. So I found these really, really pretty, they're actually sea glass pieces, but these are triangles. They're a 13 by 18 triangle. Now an 8mm jump ring will fit these just wonderfully and perfect and all that, but the only problem with the 8mm jump ring is it puts your bead very, very far away from your triangle, and I didn't necessarily like that. So I tried a 6mm jump ring. The 6mm jump ring didn't work as good as I would like it to. So I tried the aluminum jump ring and was very happy with the aluminum because it's softer wire, so that you will be able to thread it on, thread your triangle through there, and then you'll be able to close the jump ring very easily there. So now all you have to do is open up the loop on your earring, or your eye pin I should say, thread on the little triangle, close it, and then attach your ear hook. And see, look, I told y'all the totally opposite wrong way. So I'm going to show you how to fix that, because you should see the bottom loop, not the top loop. So to fix it, I'm going to hold my eye pin in place. I'm going to grab a hold of this top loop and I'm going to twist it to where now it lays exactly like it would need to. So here is a yellow one that I just threw together because I don't have a yellow one of these yet. But I wanted to show you the black pair that I made is my favorite. I love this pair here with the bead and then the black drop below it. Here is the aqua teal color that I am loving right now. This is a green one that I did here. And then I also did a purple one, or this like really pretty lavender color that you can see here. So there's lots of fun pieces that earrings that you can make with these new pieces. We will have kits for all the earrings I showed you, plus we'll have all these beads on our website at offthebeadedpathbeadstore.com. So I hope you enjoyed today's new video with these new beads. Be sure and come back next week because I'm going to show you another really simple and easy fun project to do with these beads. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.